Hi guys, welcome to video number 74. This video is on multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions. The keywords here are algebraic, cancel and reciprocal. Algebraic is just when you write something using letters and numbers. That would be referred to as being algebraic. Cancel means to divide, get rid of using factors. And then reciprocal is to turn a number upside down, okay, or a letter. Now, the method here, I've got to multiply algebraic fractions. You just use the multiplying fractions rule. Multiply top by top, bottom by bottom, and then just cancel anything that you can. Divide the algebraic fractions, keep, change, flip, just like you would with normal dividing fractions. And then just do as above, multiply top by top, bottom by bottom, and cancel. Alright, so they get really complicated, very, very complicated looking questions, but actually it's as basic as that. Let's do that. Let's use our rules of fractions and the stuff we know about algebra to this point. And if we don't know anything about algebra to this point, please don't continue to watch this video. Just go back to the beginning of the algebra section and watch it from there. Okay? It might take you some time, but it'll be worth it. Now, express the following as a single fraction. This is just doing the top by the top, and that's going to give us 12. This is going to give us p times p, which is p squared. And by now we should be cool with that. And that's it, literally nothing else we can do there. So 12 over p squared, happy days. This one, we've got to do a little bit more. We've got to keep, change, flip. So that's going to turn into 3s over c multiplied by 9 over 8. That then is going to be multiplied across. So 3s multiplied by 9 is 27s, and then c multiplied by 8 is 8c. That's how we'd write those ones. 27 and 8 there, you can't cancel anything there. S and C can't cancel anything there. So that is literally the answer. Done. Now, in question 2, slightly more complicated stuff going on. We've got to multiply these fractions across, right? So we're going to multiply x plus 15 by x plus 1. And we would probably just want to be writing that there in some brackets. X plus 15, x plus 1. Done. That's like a factorized quadratic. Then we've got x plus 2 multiplied by 3 is 3, x plus 2. Right? We could multiply it all out. There's nothing that cancels. That's literally the answer. I'm not going to write it out again. That is done. Okay, it's just the way that we would write that. Now this one, we've got a lot more complicated stuff going on. We've got to put this in its double bracket form, put this in its double bracket form, then multiply, or keep, change, flip, multiply it across and get cancelled if we can, right? So I'm going to write this one out, keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep it, but I'm going to change what it looks like. I'm going to keep it as the same thing. So the identity expression to this one would be in double bracket form, x, factors of 8 that add to make minus 2. Well, it's going to be 2 and 4, and it's going to have to be a plus 2 and a minus 4 to make a minus 2 if you add them, and that they multiply together to make minus 8. That's good. And then I've got this one, which is on the bottom of my first fraction, which also can be written as a factorized in its factorized form. So x, positive, everything's positive, so just positive and positive going in. And then what two factors is it? It's 2 times 5 makes 10, and 2 plus 5 makes 7. So 2 and 5. All right. Now straight away we can see, look, we can cancel the x plus 2's. All right. So that's good. And then I'm going to just write down multiplied by, and then flip this fraction upside down. So I've kept, changed, and flipped. That's going to be x minus 1 there, and that's going to be x minus 4 there. All right. So what that actually equals is that's cancelled that already. All right. So we've got x minus 4 multiplied by x minus 1. X minus 1 is really hard to write, tiny. And then we've got x plus 5 and x minus 4. Okay, so what we can see there is that one cancels that one. So we end up with x minus 1 on the top, and we have x plus 5 on the bottom. That's our final answer to that question. All right, so it looks like an awful lot more to do, but if you understand how to factorize quadratics, that's not too challenging for you. That's sort of grade 5 level factorizing of quadratics. And then if you understand how to multiply fractions, then you should be able to get one of these right. All right, just cancel the brackets that do cancel. If there's one that's the same as the other on the bottom, that means they cancel. Alright, now moving myself over, you'll see the hardest question of all on this one, and it's just it's a time consumer. That's all it is. Alright, it's horrible. But double bracket form, double bracket form, double bracket form, all across all of them. Alright, so let's write all of these out in double bracket form. I've got a bit of room to do this one, so I'm just going to set up my brackets like that. Alright, now that it's a time consumer. Like I said, it's going to take some time to do this. Right, so as we think of, because these are not easy quadratics, you have to multiply the 5 by the 56 in its own right. That's a grade 7 question on its own there, just that first thing there. Right, so 5 times 56 is 280, and then the factors of 280 that add to make 27 are 35 and 8. So, and I've done this before, I didn't just do that in my head, alright, I had to work this one out before, or part of it anyway, just what the factors would be. So it's 35 and 8 that we need there. So I'm going to write out 5x squared plus 35x minus 8x minus 56. Then I'm going to section that bit off and section that bit off. And then I'm going to factorize these bits. So I've got 5x and then x plus 7. So one of our brackets is going to be x plus 7 minus 8 and then x plus 7. Alright, 5x minus 8 and then x plus 7. Okay, hopefully you understand what I've done there. If you don't understand what I've done there, please go and watch the Factorizing Harder Quadratics video that I've made. Alright, because that's what this skill is. Alright, and the next one, we've got 4 on the bottom here. We've got 4 times by 1 is 4. This one's a bit easier. So we're going to write it out as 4x squared minus, what do we need? 4x and then plus 1x and then minus 1. Section it off. Right, because if we had minus 4 and a plus 1, that would make minus 3 if we added them. Alright, I'm not going to go into that in great detail, right? But trust me, that's what it is. Then we're going to factorize this. That's going to give us that. And then if we take that 1 out, we close that, put an x there, and that's going to be minus 1 to make that. That makes our brackets match, which is good. So 4x plus 1, and then x minus 1, sorry, I was looking at there. There we go. So there's that one done. I have to keep getting rid of this, otherwise I've got no space to do everything. Then we're going to do this one over here. So that is 4 times 36. That's a nice one as well. So 4x squared plus 1x minus 36x. Let's put the minus 36x there, and then the plus 1x there, and then the minus 9 there. It doesn't matter which way around it goes. In all honesty, section it off. 4x minus 9, and then plus the 1x minus 9. So that double brackets becomes 4x plus 1 and x minus 9, and then I will get rid of that one and do the last one. Like I said, time consumer. It is 2 and 21, so that's 42, and then the factors of 42 will be 14 and 3, so you've got 2x squared. We want a positive 14x and then a minus 3x minus 21. Section those things. 2x, x plus 7 minus 3, x plus 7. So 2x minus 3 goes in there, and then x plus 7 goes in there. Right, now what we've done, I'll just get rid of all of that again. What we've done is wrote them all out in their double bracket form. Right, we've got the identity expressions to each one of those expressions that is on the top and the bottom of the fractions respectively. And basically we're just going to multiply them across. So we get all of that along the top. So I could just get rid of that and then go, look, they're now all joined together. There's my answer. So that multiplies by that to give you all of this and all of this. Let's get rid of the things that we can get rid of. So we've got an x plus 7 on the top and an x plus 7 on the bottom. And we've got 4x plus 1 and a 4x plus 1, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then there's nothing else that's the same there. So what I've got is 5x minus 8 and x minus 9, and then what I've got on the bottom is x minus 1 and a 2x minus 3. Okay, and that is it. That is that. So cancelling bits really easy if there's something on the top and the bottom that's the same. The multiplying is really easy, just multiply across. It's all the other algebra skills that have gone into helping you understand this that I think that makes it the relatively tough looking question. All right, so once again, please do like, subscribe, click the link in the description, continue to practice, and be wonderful to one another. Look after each other, take care of yourselves, and please watch the next one. See you in a bit.